Vishnupad Paramahamsa Parivrajacharya Ashtotar Shriman, His Divine Grace Abhay Charanaravindra Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai, Shri Shri Radha Gopinath Bhagwan Ki Jai, Shri Jagannath Baladev Subhadra Maharani Ki Jai, Shri Shri Gauranitai Ki Jai, Kartik Maas Prat Ki Jai, Samved Gaur Bhakta Vrind Ki Jai, Jai Nitai Gaur Pramanande, Hari Hari Bo. Hare Krishna. We welcome you all for our evening program. May I request everyone to please sit straight, cross-legged as much as possible. Hold your palms together, close your eyes. We are going to offer a small prayer to our spiritual masters and then we'll get started with this session. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivashadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Can you open your eyes? Hare Krishna. How many of you are here for the first time today? Welcome. How many of you attended our last session here when we discussed about chanting? Thank you. How many of you regularly chant now? Fantastic. That's wonderful. Those of you who haven't started, this is a very good month to start chanting the name of Krishna. We'll discuss a bit more about that today. And if any of you like to take a set of beads, you can take one at the book table at the end of today's program. And if you want to know how to chant japa in mala, we will also teach you there. In fact, our whole of last session we dedicated just for teaching how to chant. So we are in a very special month. This is known as Damodar Mas, also known as Kartik Mas. It's a very auspicious month. Whatever activity, spiritual activity that we do in this month, you get 1,000 times the benefit. Just like if you go to a shopping mall or even airport, they have this travel letter. You just stand in that and the platform will move. Correct? You don't need to walk. But if you want to walk faster, you get on the travel letter and you can also walk. Same is the case even in an escalator in a shopping mall. You can just wait for the stairs to reach up, or while the platform is moving, you can also keep walking on that. This month is like the travel letter or escalator. As long as you take up any devotional activity, you will get 1,000 times the benefit that you would normally get. 1,000 times the normal benefit which you will get in the other 11 months. So it started a couple of days ago and it goes till mid of November. So it's for those of you who have come today for the first time, you couldn't have chosen a better month. So congratulations. It is said in the Puranas that whenever we chant the holy name of the Lord himself is personally present. Once Narada Muni, he goes to Lord Vishnu in Vaikuntha and he asks him, Oh my Lord, where are you present? Where can one find you? Then Lord Vishnu told Narada Muni this famous verse, Naham tishtami vaikunte yoginam hridayeshva tatra tishtami narada yatra gayanti madbhakta. I don't reside in Vaikuntha nor in the heart of pure yogis. I reside wherever my devotees sing about me. So when we chant Hare Krishna, Mahamantra, as you can see there, when we chant this mantra and when we chant any holy name of Krishna, glorifying Him, Krishna says He will be personally present there. There is a story in Puranas. Normally when we chant, we want to know what's the benefit. So once Narada Muni goes to a person who is very envious of Vishnu. He doesn't like to chant Vishnu's name. In fact, he hated the very name of Vishnu. So Narada Muni goes to him and he tells him, chant the name of Vishnu. And the person responds back, Vishnu, I don't like him. So in his whole life, he has said Vishnu only once. And that too, with hatred, to respond back to Narada Muni that I won't chant the name of Vishnu. That's how he used that word. So now, Narada Muni again requests him, please chant the name of Vishnu. Now the person gets very angry and he readies to attack Narada Muni. At that time, Narada Muni, using his mystical powers, he levitates, he floats in the air, and then he tells him, time will roll by, one day you will die, at the end of your death, or at the end of your life rather, at the moment of death, you will be arrested by the soldiers of Yamaraj, also known as Yamadutas. And when they come, you just ask them this one question. What is the benefit of chanting Vishnu's name once? Because that's all you have done. And he also didn't chant lovingly, he just chanted, or he just said that name to push back on Narada Muni's request that I won't chant the name of Vishnu. That's the only time he has ever mentioned that name Vishnu. And Narada Muni goes, soon the person gets old, time rolls by, and true to Narada Muni's prediction, at the time of his death, he sees a group of Yamadutas coming with a famous rope to arrest his soul and take him back to the abode of death, Yamalaya. Yudhishthir Maharaj was once asked this question, what is the most wonderful thing you have observed in this world? Yudhishthir Maharaj gives a very interesting reply. Yudhishthir is the head of the Pandavas. What's the name of the 5 Pandavas? Anyone knows? Yudhishthir, come on, help me. Second one? Bhima, okay. Arjun, Nakul, Sahadev, 5 of them. And who is the chief of all of those 5? Yudhishthir Maharaj. So Yudhishthir Maharaj was asked this question. What's the question? What is the most wonderful thing you have seen in this world? If that question is asked to you, what would you reply? Taj Mahal? Eiffel Tower? 7 wonders of the world? Yudhishthir Maharaj gave a very interesting answer. He said, Ahani ahani bhutani gacchanti ha yamalayam sesha stavaram ichanti kimmascharya matapara. He says, every moment everyone sees people around them dying. An insect is dying, a bird is dying, an animal is dying, a human is dying, a neighbor is dying, a relative is dying. All of us have that experience. He says, Ahani ahani bhutani gacchanti ha yamalayam. Repeatedly, again and again, everyone is noticing the living entities around them dying and going to Yamalaya, to the abode of Lord Yamaraj. However, what is everyone thinking is, I won't go. Death is only for others but not for me. Nobody likes to contemplate about their death. Everyone is holding on to the hope that death will never come to them. It may, but it won't affect them. And Yudhishthir Maharaj says, Kim Ascharyam Atapara. What could be a greater wonder than this particular feeling which everyone carries in their mind? So this person, when he is about to die, he sees the Yamadutas, who are the soldiers of Lord Yamaraj. They come to arrest him. At that time, being fearful of them, he remembers Narada Muni's advice, which is to ask a question. What is the benefit of chanting Vishnu's name once? So he asks that question to Yamadutas. They told him, look, we serve our Lord Yamaraj. We will take you there. You ask him this question. They arrested him, took him to Yamalaya. So when he arrives there, he asks the same question to Yamaraj. And Yamaraj says, well, to be honest, I don't know the benefit of chanting Vishnu's name once. I have to ask my superiors. Then he goes to the king of demigods, which is Indra. And when this question was asked to Indra, Indra also didn't know the answer. So now Yamaraj and Indra, along with this person, they go to Devadidev, which is Lord Shiva. Shiva also doesn't know the answer. And then all three of them, Yamaraj, Indra, Shiva, along with this Jiva, they go to meet the creator, secondary creator of this universe, which is Lord Brahma. Brahma also doesn't know. So now, each one, if you observe, each one is taking them to their superior, their superior, their superior. Then Brahma says, see, even I also don't know. Only person who can tell about the benefit of chanting Vishnu's name is Vishnu himself, who is my superior. Let's go to meet Vishnu. And at that time, this particular person says, no, I don't want to see Vishnu, because he hates him so much. You look at his mentality. On one hand, he wants the benefit of chanting Vishnu's name once, but on the other hand, he doesn't want to meet Vishnu. So then when he says that, they are in a fix. Who? All the four personalities, Brahma, Shiva, Indra and Yamaraj. Because they have to impart a justice here, but they don't want to go astray from the Vedic code of Dharma. So they told him, no, we don't want to leave you in the lurch, but at the same time we don't want to arbitrarily pronounce a punishment for you, for your karma. We want to do it properly, so we have to go to Vishnu. But this person says, no, I don't want to go. Then finally they plead him, you don't have to do anything, we will bring a palanquin. And they bring a palanquin. And they tell him, you just get into the palanquin and you sleep. You don't need to do anything. Just be inside the palanquin. So this person goes into the palanquin, nicely decorated, and is happily lying down, and the four personalities carry him all the way to Vaikuntha. They arrive at the doorstep of Vaikuntha, go in along with him to get an audience of Lord Vishnu. Finally, when they are in front of Lord Vishnu, Brahma puts forth this question, my Lord, this person has done a lot of bad karma. Only good thing he has done is chanted your name once. Which is, what name did he chant? Vishnu. He chanted Vishnu's name once. Now we are not sure what benefit we are supposed to give him. But he has done a lot of bad karma. So you please resolve this dilemma. When they put forth this question to Vishnu, Vishnu gave a very interesting reply. Vishnu says, you see, Yamaraj, you are Lord of Death. Everyone is fearful of you. Indra means king. King of the Devas is known as Deva Indra. Okay, Indra means king. Likewise, Gajendra, you might have come across elephant. Gaja means elephant. Gajendra or Gaja Indra or Gajendra is king of elephants. So he is Devendra. So Vishnu says, you are Yamaraj, Lord of Death. You are Devendra, king of all demigods, Devatas. You are Devadi Dev, you are the worshipper of all the Devas, which is Lord Shiva. And you are Brahma, the first created being in this universe. All four of you are not ordinary personalities. You have picked up this person, put him on a palanquin, carried him all the way from Yamaloka to where? All the way to Vaikuntha. Vishnu tells him, don't you still realize the power of chanting my name even once? So simply chanting Krishna's name, whether one does it knowingly or unknowingly, one gets the full benefit. With that understanding, let us chant this Hare Krishna Mahamantra once with all the devotion that we can muster within our hearts. Raise your arms, close your eyes, and then with all the devotion in your heart, chant this Mahamantra once. Let's do it together. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Thank you. So this Hare Krishna Mahamantra can be chanted as a personal meditation or can be done as a group meditation as well. In the beginning, when you are taught to actually use the beats, you can take it home and you can sit and do japa as your personal meditation. This word japa is used by Krishna himself in Bhagavad Gita. Yajnanam japa yajyosmi, stavaranam Himalaya. So Krishna says you can do so many different methods of worship, but of all the methods of worship, the topmost worship is simply chanting my holy name. Or you can do it as a group meditation also, which is we do the call and response. So whenever we get opportunity, especially at least when you are here or when you go to temple, whenever kirtana happens, you make sure you participate. We are here, might as well do it fully. If we are here, might as well participate in it fully. And simply by participating in the kirtana, all of our offering goes to Krishna. Like today I led the kirtana. It's not that I get more benefit than you. I saw some kids, they were not singing but they are clapping. I saw some of you sitting and participating actively. Those who participate in it actively, you will take the maximum benefit. How many of you here would like to take maximum benefit of chanting? Put your hand up. I see 2 hands going up. All of us. Then we have to put the effort. If we put to that same proportion, Krishna will also reciprocate. Prabhupada would say, for every step we take towards Lord Krishna, Krishna will take 10 steps towards us. But we have to take the first step. If we don't take the first step, Krishna would think, oh, that devotee is having a good time, why should I disturb him? How many of you like to take Krishna with you home? Put your hand up. How many of you like to have Krishna with you all the time? Put your hand up. Then it's up to us to call out. Whoever calls out Krishna's name, Krishna is for you. Krishna can expand himself in unlimited ways. So the best way for us to worship Krishna, to participate and do bhakti for Krishna in Kali Yuga is simply by chanting the holy name of the Lord. In Ramayana there is a story. After Lord Ram had killed Ravana, he invited everyone to accompany him back to Ayodhya. So there was a famous airplane which Ravana had used, which originally belonged to his stepbrother. Who is the stepbrother of Ravana? Yes, Kuvera. He is the treasurer of all demigods. So, when Lord Ram killed Ravana, whatever that belonged to Ravana, because Lord Ram subdued him, whatever that belonged to Ravana belongs to Lord Ram now. But Lord Ram, he is not greedy, so he installed his brother as the king. And then his brother said, my lord, which is Vibhishan, he said, my lord, me, along with all my prajas, as well as the kingdom of Lanka, including this Pushpaka Viman, belongs to you. Lord Ram says, no, I don't want it, but I can take your offer just to go from here to Ayodhya. And then after that, I would like it to be returned to the original owner, which is Kubera. Pushpaka Viman is a very beautifully architected plane. It takes the command from one's mind, and it can also grow in size depending on how many people get on board. And it can accommodate the whole world. So Lord Ram invited everyone, his devotees, everyone got on board, along with all the Vanara Sena. Pushpaka Viman comes and Lord Ram tells to Mother Sita about the different places where he and Lakshman had traversed through in different forests, the places where they met Sugriva, places where they met Hanuman, every place. And then Mother Sita requests Lord Ram to invite the wives of all the Vanaras as well. So they also come on board. By the way, do any of you know how many monkeys participated in the war against Ravana? Take a guess. I asked this question before, I think. How many monkeys? Take a wild guess. Yes? 10 to the power 65. Okay. 100. Good. Anyone else? Any other bigger numbers? As Mataji said, it's given in Ramayana 10 to the power 65. 1 followed by 65 zeros. That's how many Vanaras there were. And Pushpaka Viman could hold all of them as well. So they come finally to Ayodhya. Pattabhishek gets over. Lord Ram is coronated as the king of Ayodhya. And at that time, one of the assistants of Vibhishan approaches him, telling him he had to go back to Lanka on a political affair. Then Vibhishan says, yes, you can go back home. But then he was scared. Initially they came using Pushpaka Viman. They came by flight. How could he go without it? Then Vibhishan says, that's very easy. Then he scribbles something on a scroll, palm scroll, gives it to him. And tells him, just keep holding this. As long as you keep holding this, you will float on water. You can just walk your way back. So he gets that, keeps walking. Comes to the ocean, continues to walk. Much to his surprise, his body didn't even get wet. He was able to walk on water. And he crossed half the distance. At that time, he just got curious. What is it in this scroll and what did he scribble in it? So he opens the scroll and sees, what does he see inside? The name of Lord Ram written in it. And then he gives a smirk, saying to himself, how stupid of me. I am such a great Rakshasa. Vibhishan had fooled me. What good will this palm scroll with the name of Ram do? And then he threw. Guess what happened to him? He drowned. So simply by taking the name of the Supreme Lord, one can not only cross over the material ocean as it's given in Ramayana, or it's given, this whole world is an ocean, Bhava Sagar. But unlike the normal saltwater ocean, this Bhava Sagar, it's given, it's made up of all of our tears. How many of you in this hall feel that you face difficulty in life? How many of you feel you have more difficulty and less happiness in life? In a day, how many of you think most of the things go perfectly as planned? Only just once or twice, things doesn't go my way. How many of you feel like that? How many of you feel most of the time life goes very bad? Good. Lot of hands go up. Thank you for being honest. Everyone else is lying. Most of the time, things don't go as planned. There is always lot of reasons for worry, lot of reasons for anxiety, and very, very few opportunities for us to think nice about life. So Bhagavata Puran says this ocean, there is this ocean that is made up of all the tears, not only in one life, but so many. How many of you have cried ever in your life? Put your hand up. If you keep taking that water of the tears, right from childhood, how much do you think the amount of tears would actually measure? 100 ml? 1 liter? Big ocean. Imagine previous life and then one more. Small pond now. Does that make sense? You add up all of that in previous life like that. Then it will make up an ocean. And if we add up all of our co-contribution, then we'll make a big ocean. This big ocean of tears, Bhagavata Puran says, will instantly dry up if one chants the holy name of Krishna. Simply by chanting. What is the loss? We have tried everything. We played cricket. Anyone played cricket here? Basketball, football, soccer, watched movies? Come on, all the hands should go up for at least for this. So many things we have done, right? We all have a lot of desires. Paragliding, bungee jumping, snorkeling, deep diving, stargazing. Do chanting also. What's the loss? We have tried everything. So many things we have tried. But if we do that, it is given in Bhagavata Puran, one can do every other activity in one's life to the best possible extent. Is anyone here in this room who is a school topper in your year 12? Okay, fine. I asked that question because I am not either. So that's good. I am in the correct group now. Now if you look back to those toppers in your school days, you would have thought right at that time, they are going to be really, really super successful like that. Very few instances it happens. Some situation in life catches up with them. Even the ones who were super successful. You can go back and study. Look at the people who topped in your college. Look at the people who topped even in state, in your whole state, in your class. At that time, you would have heard words of praises saying, look at them, they will become really super successful. If you had played cricket, at many times you would have come across people who would have been told that, oh, these people, they are going to make it all the way to the national team. You never hear about them again. Life catches up with them. Things go astray. Bhagavata Puran says, we can do so many things perfectly in this life, but we are still not considered as a success story yet if we don't do this one thing. Does that sound like a YouTube video title? Do this one thing. You are not successful until you do this one thing. You can do our duty as a student. You can do your duty as a son, as a daughter, as a father, mother, grandson, granddaughter, as an employee, as an employer, as a citizen. We can do all those duties. But we are still not considered as a success story until and unless we do this one thing. And that is, at the end of our life, if we haven't made plan to take our soul back to Krishna, back to spiritual world, if we haven't done enough work, at least a little work, if we haven't done, then Bhagavata Puran says we have simply squandered this opportunity in human life. Mahabharata says there are 4 activities that are common to both humans and animals. Ahara, Nidra, Bhaya, Maithunam cha. Samanyam etat Pashubir Naranam. Eating, sleeping, mating and defending. These 4 are common. Pashubir Naranam. Nara means human, Pashu means animals. These 4 activities are common for humans and animals. Eating, sleeping, mating and defending. However, if a human is born, does only these 4 activities and dies, then they may be in human body, but their life is considered to be no better than an animal. Now the person can be the most richest person in the whole world according to material calculation. But when the person dies, they can't stake a claim even to their body, what to speak of the money. So it's considered a failure only. What is the real success? Real success is one who in their attempt to do their duty, could be in job, could be in running a family, could be in doing a business, could be anything. They may not be super successful. They are trying their best. They are like, okay, average. But on top of that, if they take up a little bhakti, Narada Muni in Bhagavata Puran says, what is the loss? Because at the end of their life, they will be considered as a success story. Simply because they have taken up Krishna Bhakti, they had led a very peaceful life, but at the end of life, which is very important, soul when it leaves our body, when the Atma leaves our body, rather than taking another body, it goes back to the spiritual world. How many of you here would love to take another birth? How many of you here would love to think, this is my last birth, after this I'm just going to go back to spiritual world? Put your hand up. Wonderful. How many of you would like to guarantee that position? We all want to. Shankaracharya says in Bhajagovindam, he says, Bhagavad Gita Kenchita Dita Ganga Jalalava Kanika Pita Shakritapi Eva Murari Samarcha Kriyate Tasya Yamena Na Charcha. He says if somebody is born as a human, they should do 3 things as a bare minimum. They should read Bhagavad Gita Kenchita Dita. One should read Bhagavad Gita, at least a little. Kenchita Dita means at least a little one should read. 1 chapter, 1 shloka, half a verse, 1 word, something. Ganga Jalalava Kanika Pita. One should drink at least a few drops of Ganga Jal. How many of you have drunk a few drops of Ganga Jal? How many of you have drunk by liters? In the Puranas, there is a verse that says, even when you take bath, which I hope all of you do, when you take bath standing under the shower, you simply say Ganga, Ganga, Ganga 3 times. Then the water that you are taking shower in becomes Ganga. What do you say? Ganga, Ganga, Ganga 3 times. Whether you say it loud or you say it in soft volume, doesn't matter. But you have to say Ganga, Ganga 3 times. If you come to our ashram, you will hear Ganga, 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 one person, again Ganga, Ganga, Ganga. What's the loss? We talk so many things. 3 times you say Ganga's name, just 3 times. Every time you take shower, just say it. Puranas say it is exactly same as taking a dip in Ganga. And you can do that every single day or every single time that you take bath. The process of bhakti is very easy, accessible for everyone. It's not the prerogative of just a few. You know, some temples you go, you have to pay money to get into a fast track queue so you can go and see the Lord quicker. And then, what are you going to do? Okay, you saw the Lord quick, now you will come out and you will wait. So just because somebody has money doesn't make them a great devotee. I get asked this question. If I actually donate 10,000 and if the other person donates less, who will Radha Gopinath bless more? And I always give the same answer. Radha Gopinath will bless more, both of you. Now, does that mean should I actually give less amount? You give based on your capacity. Somebody may not be in a position to give anything at all. What's the problem? Bhakti is not based on money. You can't go and purchase bhakti. It doesn't work like that. But if you have capacity to give, give. If you give, that's good for you. If you can't give, that is okay. If you don't want to give, good luck with that. Something else will take it away. So anyway, money will go for some for health bills, some for tax, some for parking fine. Give a little to Krishna, at least that will make you feel, okay, I did one good thing in life. Same way, we can do so many things, but unless we take up bhakti. 3 things I said, Shankaracharya, I said only 2 things. Third thing is, first is, anyone remembers what's the first thing he says one should do in human form of life? Read Bhagavad Gita, Kenchite, at least a little one should read. Second one is, drink at least a few drops of Ganga. If you can't, at least say Ganga, Ganga 3 times every time you take shower. That's good enough. Third thing he says, Shakradapi. Shakrad means at least once. Shakrad api eva murari. One should chant the name of Krishna at least once. Now you don't take the easy way out. I see some of you saying Krishna. It's not done yet. What we have to think is, if chanting Krishna's name even once is so powerful, finish that sentence. How much more benefit will I actually get if I take into regular practice of chanting Krishna's name? That's what we should be thinking, correct? Otherwise, why do we want to be? If I give you the choice, okay, all of you, I can rewind back your life and I'll take you back to your school days. And if I tell you, which rank would you like to secure in your class? I'm 100% sure all of you will say, I want to be the first rank holder. Anyone here who would say, I want to fail? No. I would want to be the first rank holder. Now when it comes to bhakti alone, why are we always taking, oh, just one name is enough? We should have that eagerness more, because as we grow older, everyone will grow old. How many of you think you will never grow old? All of us. If we don't, then we come under the list of people who Yudhishthir Maharaj was very surprised about. I told, right? All of us will grow old. Age will catch up on us. When you touch 40, you can only do damage control in your body. I'm 44 now. I'm speaking based on experience. You can only maintain. When we are young, we feel different. But as we cross 40, touch 50, we know exactly where we are heading. Everything will go. But one who has taken shelter of Krishna by chanting his name, they will feel very joyful. Why? Because they know they are taking one step close to Krishna, one step close to Krishna, one step close to Krishna. The very same thing which will scare people. Anti-aging products is such a huge market now. Here we can, simply following this method, we can guarantee our life back to the spiritual world. By doing these simple practices. You see this beautiful altar decorated by so many Krishna's expansions. Yashoda, Damodar are there. So you can invite them to your home, make your home Vaikunta, make your home a temple. How many of you like to invite them to your home? Then all you have to do is register your name and they will bring them to your home, do some bhajan, allow you to offer lamp in your home, and you know very well after that the vibrations in the place will change. Your whole home will become spiritual. Home will become Vaikunta. Kunta means place of anxiety. Vaikuntha means place where there is no anxiety. Troubles may come in life, but it won't disturb you. We will always stay slightly above that level. Age will catch up on us, but rather than feeling scared, we will feel joyful. Why? Because we are taking one step more and more closer to Krishna. And then we can confidently lead our life that way. And if we do that, that's what makes our life a success story. According to Narada Muni. Narada Muni, in fact, he goes even one step further. He says, Tyaktva swadharmam charanam bhujam harer. He says, even in the practice of bhakti, you take it up. After 2 months you forget, you forget to come to a hall, you forget to go to temple. And then after 6 months you think one day something bad happens. I meet many people like that in the temple. If I ask them, hey, I haven't seen you before, for a long time rather, they would respond, no, last time I came I had one trouble, Radha Gopinath fixed it, and then I had no trouble, and now I am here. Guess the reason? Another trouble came in life. So some people, they think I'll go to Krishna only when there is trouble. Without realizing, if you just continue to keep going to Krishna, Krishna will give you enough strength to deal with any trouble all the time. Which is better? To be in a position to equip ourselves with enough strength so that we can deal with any situation in life. Isn't that a better deal? More than that, with that strength, we can uplift our dependents, our kids, our partners, our relatives. Bhakti is the only process which you can practice even before you take birth. If a lady who is pregnant, if a mother who is pregnant or soon to be mother is pregnant, she takes prasad, baby will also take the prasad. If a mother or soon to be mother who is hearing Krishna Kirtan, the baby also takes the benefit. Even in modern research analysts, they have found out that if a pregnant woman is a chain smoker, based on their statistics, they have proven that it's more likely for the child also to pick up smoking habit. I'm talking modern science, mind you. We can go Google it. Converse is also true. If a pregnant lady is actually doing spiritual activity, baby also takes the benefit. When a pregnant woman takes Krishna Prasad, baby also takes. And then after we are born, right from childhood, whether we do it consciously or unconsciously, you see little baby sitting and watching me. We always say that in the temple, if a baby comes, doesn't cry in our program, that means the baby is a devotee. Otherwise, usually kids get a little cranky after some time. But little kids, they just like very curiously hear. Once Srila Prabhupada was giving a class, and one of his lady disciples brought one small boy. He came and he sat down for full 1 hour, barely 3 years old. And then after the program, everyone bowed down to Prabhupada and left. He also came, bowed down and he left. Prabhupada looked at him and he said, look at him, he is a sadhu. Normally kids are very restless. But you see, some kids are sitting, very sattvic. But they get it from their parents, even without realizing. So after we are born, we take the benefit. When we grow, we take the benefit. When we die at the moment of death, we take benefit. In fact, bhakti is the only process that can benefit even someone who has died already. Have you come across articles that say, do you know, I'll tell you one such fact. Do you know that you can chant and send the benefit of that chanting to your forefathers, foremothers, anyone who had already passed away? Do you know that? Shastras allow us to do. Every day when you chant one mala, at the end you can chant a few more mantras and you pray to Krishna, Krishna, the benefit of this chanting I would like to give to my near and dear ones. Some of you may be devotees, but sometimes our family members may not. We love them so much, but we want to benefit them, but we don't know how to do. This is the great way to do. You chant. If we have Tulsi, you can go around Tulsi Maharani, let's say 3 times, 4 times we do. So you go around 4 times. First 4 times you do, it's for you. From that point onwards, you can pray. You know, somebody who is sick, somebody who is ill, somebody who is passed away already. You go around 4 more times and pray to Tulsi Maharani, I would like the benefit of this to go to that person. I'll tell you another story. What's the name of Mother Sita's father? Louder? Janaka Maharaj. One day, Janaka Maharaj goes to see Yamaraj. Yamaraj is a great devotee. He is Lord of Death, but he is a great devotee. So one day, I'll finish with this story. One day, Janaka Maharaj goes to meet Yamaraj. And you know how it is in Yamaloka. Whoever who has done any karma, the karma is actually filmed by a famous personality who is an assistant of Yamaraj. His name is Chitragupta. Heard about this character? He is a personality. He takes photo of everything. Okay, if you do too much sin, you will crash his hard disk. You know, he will keep on taking photo, and at the end of the life, when you go there, he will present all the documents to the court. And looking at all of that, assessing all the karma, Yamaraj will then pronounce his judgment. Whether we have to go to heaven, hell, whether we have to take birth again in this planetary system, so on and so forth. So Janaka Maharaj once goes to see him. He is his good friend, he goes to see him. Yamaraj as a true host welcomes him. They discuss Krishna Katha. And when Janaka Maharaj was about to leave, at that time the people who were there, who until that point were suffering, they started to cry out Janaka Maharaj's name. Oh Lord, please don't leave us. Then Janaka Maharaj looks at them quizzically. Why? What did I do? Why shouldn't I leave? And then they all say, as long as you were there, we temporarily felt relief. When before you came, we were afflicted with so much pain because of the bad karma that we have done. We are afflicted with so much punishment that was causing us so much distress. But now, during the time when you were present, at that time we felt relief. Even though they were punishing us, it didn't affect us. And now if you leave, we shudder at the thought of having to go through the pain again. Please don't leave. Janaka Maharaj was a great devotee. Moved by compassion within his heart, he decided, alright, I won't go. If my sheer presence here, it's gonna benefit these people, it's gonna relieve these people, I'm not gonna go. So he stayed there. Now Yamaraj is in a fix. Yamaraj thinks, oh, he has come as my guest. I can't keep him here all the time. Otherwise, I will go away from my duty of being a proper host. So I need to do something. Then he goes to Janaka Maharaj and he asks, so you don't want to go? He says, I don't want to go because all these people will suffer if I go. Then Yamaraj comes up with one solution. Please listen to this carefully, because this story teaches us how we can benefit even those near and dear ones who have died already. So when Yamaraj actually says this, or rather when Janaka Maharaj says, I'm not going to leave from here because my sheer presence here is benefiting all of them. Then Yamaraj presents a solution. He says, see, if you want to benefit all these people, you don't need to be physically here. There is another easy way. He says, you are a great devotee of Lord Ram. Every day you chant Lord Ram's name. I will pick any random day in your whole life. Pick one morning, one random morning in your whole life, and pick one name of Lord Ram that you have chanted in that morning. The effect of that alone is enough to send all these people back to the spiritual world. And then Janaka Maharaj, he happily agrees. Yes, please give them the benefit. Then he takes the benefit of that, applies it to them, right in front of Janaka Maharaj's eyes. They all go back to spiritual world. Bhakti is the only process that benefits us even before we are born. Bhakti is the only process which we can do during the whole life easily. How long can we do yoga? I do yoga. But how long do you think? At some point, your body will give up. You will be bedridden. Something can happen. Now what can you do? This is the only process of yoga which somebody with paralysis can do. This is the only process of yoga which somebody in coma can do. This is the only process which somebody who has already died can do. You take Mahaprasad, offer the Mahaprasad to the photo of somebody who had already passed away. They will get liberated. That's how powerful it is. So simply, if we take up this process, even though we may be imperfect, Tyaktva swadharmam charanambujam harer bhajana pakva tapate tato yadi yatrakva vabhadram abuddhamusikim kovarta apto bhajatam swadharmatah. Narada Muni says, if somebody does their whole duty in all walks of life, be it as a student, as a husband, as a wife, as a parent, as a son, as a daughter, granddaughter, grandparents, as a citizen, as an employer, employee, everywhere, perfectly, what is the loss? Death is going to take everything away. On the other hand, somebody who has practiced bhakti, even though imperfectly, if they take up bhakti, practice it just for some days and they give up, still what is the loss? Whatever progress that they have made, that is enough. Effect of bhakti is permanent. Bhakti alone will stay with us. This is the real afterlife insurance. Normally when we pay insurance, that will be for not for protecting us, correct? If we die, insurance money cannot do anything to us. But after we die, that money will, hopefully, terms and conditions apply, go to our dependents. So what we call as life insurance is not insuring our life. How many of you understand this point? The life insurance premium we pay, it's not insuring our life. It is only coming into effect after we die for the benefit of our dependents. Okay, fine. Dependents will be taken care. What about us? What about the dependents after they die? Who's going to take care of them? You understand the point? Bhakti alone can do that. Bhakti will take care of us during our life, before we are born, after we die as well. Bhakti alone can take care of our dependents even after we die, even after even they die. Process of bhakti is very simple. Tasyaham sulabha partha. Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, of all the methods of spiritual process, bhakti is the easiest. Bhakti is the one that gives permanent solution for everything. So my humble request to all of you, this is a great month. If you haven't started taking up, chanting the holy name of the Lord, this is a great month for you to first pick up the bead. Normally we think, oh, if I take the bead, I may not chant. If you don't take the bead, you will never chant. Take it. Remember Narada Muni. Every day you pick up the bead, just to say Hare Krishna Mahamatra just once. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Rama, Hare Hare. Enough. Put it down and go. At least that much you can start. And then one day you will feel very bored. Okay, let me do at least little bit. Then you will chant. At least your birthday, you will think, okay, today is my birthday, let me do at least once. Today is New Year's Day. Today is Diwali. Today is Janmashtami. At least on festival occasions, you will start to take a bit more seriously. Something disturbing comes, at least you know where to go for shelter. But then gradually over a period of time when we do, it will become a habit. And by the time we become old, we will have a clear-cut pathway about how to go about leading rest of our lives. Okay, it's never too late to start bhakti. It's never too early either. So if we are young, we should not think, oh, I'll start when I'm old. Death can come at any time. If you are old, we should not think, oh, I am old anyway, what should I do? Start. Shakrit api eva murari samarcha. Even little bit you can chant. We'll finish with chanting of Hare Krishna Maha Mantra 3 times. Sit straight again, raise your arms, close your eyes. With the prayerful mode, let us chant the holy name of Krishna, humbly begging him to give us the inspiration to take his shelter, especially in the form of his holy name, Maha Mantra. Let's start. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Shri Shri Radha Gopinath Bhagwan ki Jai, Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki Jai, Samaved Gaur Bhakta Vrinda ki Jai, Jai Nitai Gaur Premanande, Hari Hari Bol.
Ghanashyam Govinda Prabhu ji ki Jai.